A handshake might seal the deal, but only a proper service agreement will save you when things go wrong. I'm Sahil, I'm a commercial lawyer here at Lawpath, and I've seen businesses lose thousands because they've missed just one critical clause in their service agreements. Today, I'm sharing the essential provisions you need to protect your business before you deliver your next service. Firstly, the scope of services. The foundation of any service agreement is a precise description of what you will and won't provide. Vague service descriptions are a recipe for scope creep and dispute. You should be explicit about deliverables, timelines, and any assumptions you're making. You should include a clear process for handling changes to the scope, requiring written approval and additional fees for work beyond the original agreement. Payment terms. You should protect your cash flow with comprehensive payment terms. Specify not just the amount, but when payment is due, accepted payment methods, and the consequences of late payments. Consider milestone payments for longer projects rather than waiting until completion. For ongoing services, implement automatic payment systems where possible, and always include the right to charge interest on overdue amounts in Australia. This is typically 3 to 4% per month. Limitation of liability. This clause is your financial safety net. Cap your liability to a reasonable amount, often the value of the contract or a multiple thereof. Exclude liability for indirect and consequential losses, which could far exceed what you're being paid. Be aware that you cannot exclude liability for certain matters under Australian consumer law, including guarantees and services will be provided with due care and skill. Intellectual property rights. You should clearly establish who owns any intellectual property created during the service. If you're creating content, designs, or software for clients, specify whether ownership transfers upon full payment or remains with you with a license granted to the client. Remember that without explicit transfer provisions, the creator often retains ownership rights despite the client having paid for the work. Termination rights. Every agreement needs a clear exit strategy, including conditions under which either party can terminate, required notice periods, and what happens to any work in progress. For recurring services, consider minimum commitment periods with early termination fees, and always include the right to terminate immediately if the other party breaches fundamental terms or faces insolvency. A comprehensive service agreement isn't about complicating business. It's about clarifying expectations and protecting relationships. At Lawpath, we can help you develop service agreements that secure your business without alienating your clients. If you're currently using templates or outdated agreements, it's time for a review.